Pay well attention to this video. The man tells whoever was on the phone that he would call back soon and hangs up the phone. The young woman says that the man had lost his wallet and hands it to him. The man said he hadn't noticed and thanks the young woman. He praises her attitude and says there are few people like that in the world. He then says that, for the young woman's honesty, he would reward her. She said it wasn't necessary as she preferred to earn her money more honestly. The man said that he was giving her the money because of her honesty. He says that instead of her keeping her wallet, she had given it back to him. He said he didn't want the man's money, but he said he needed a job. The man then says that since the girl didn't want her money, he asks if she could offer her a job. She asks, what kind of work would it be, and if it would not be illicit work. The man said he would never do something like that to her and said he owned a car wash. She is then very happy with that and says that she accepted the man's offer. Later, the man arrived at his establishment and greeted one of his employees. The employee then said that everything was fine with him and says that the other car wash had few customers, but that one had many customers. The man then says that he was going to put the young woman to work at the other car wash, but that since he had no customers, he thought about leaving her working there. He then asks if she sees a problem with that, but she says no. The employee then asks who that young woman would be. The man said that young woman would work with him. The employee then stranged that and says she was very dirty. The man said that his employee could not judge people by their appearance. He said the two would end up being a beautiful duo. The man then tells his employee that when he had lost his wallet, the young woman took his wallet and gave it back to him, yes, taking nothing out of it. The employee then says that that was a very nice attitude, and then the man says that he had tried to reward her, but she says that she would not want his money and that she only wanted to earn her money by working. He then says he had the idea of letting the girl work there, and then the employee says that would be a bad idea. The man then says that he was going to have to teach the young woman everything he knew and that they were going to be a great pair. Later, the employee was messing with his cell phone when the man arrives and asks why he was doing that. He then tells his employee to get back to work and then leaves. At that moment, the girl leaves, but the official stops her and asks where she was going. She then said that she would clean things up, but the employee says that if she wants to work there, she would have to clean the bathroom. He then tells her to go soon as he was busy. Later, the girl was cleaning a motorcycle when the employee arrives and asks what she was doing. She says that she has already said that she was not hired to clean toilets. He then tells her that if she doesn't want to clean the bathroom, she should do something else and asks her to come with him. He shows the girl a trunk and tells her to clean it. She says that he had started cleaning it and that she wasn't going to finish his job, but he says that since she wasn't willing to do what he asked, he would talk to their boss. The employee then goes to his boss and tells him he needed to talk about the girl. He said that whenever he tried to tell her to do something, she disobeyed him and said she wasn't going to do it. He says he told her to do one thing, but she did another. The man then asks if his employee was sure about that, as the girl didn't seem like that type of person. The employee then says that he has worked with the man for a long time and that he would not lie to him. The man then says that he would resolve that situation, and so they go to the girl. Getting there, the girl was packing the trunk and then the man asks if everything was okay. She says yes, and then he asks her what she was doing. He then asks his employee what he was complaining about. Sometime later, the man goes to him and says that now it was their day to receive their payment. He then hands the two their payment. Then the employee asks why he received so little, since he worked every day. The man then says that the employee had let his income drop a lot in the last few days, and then the girl says that he worked every day, but he didn't work right. The clerk then told her to be quiet and then said that it wasn't fair as he worked hard and the girl had been paid more than him. The man then said that the girl had earned that payment as she was working properly. The official says that it would not stay that way. He says his boss thought he was only going to get that. He was sorely mistaken. He then takes some money that was on the counter, but the young woman notices. She asked what he was doing, and he said it was nothing. She says the employee wouldn't take that money and blame her. He then asks who his boss would believe, if it was him who had been working there for a long time or the girl who had just arrived there. At that moment, the man arrives and asks what was going on there. The employee said that he had just witnessed the young woman trying to steal his money. The man then said that he had trusted the young woman so much for her to do that to him. The young woman says she would never do that to the man and said that whoever had done it was an employee. She then says that he had put it in her pocket and that the man could search it. When the man was going to search the employee, he starts to run away. The two then run after the employee. The employee then starts running away from there and the man starts chasing the employee. At a certain point in the chase, the man was almost run over, but the young woman ends up saving him. The man then thanks the young woman for saving her life. The young woman then says that she was the one who needed to thank the man. She says she was very grateful to him for helping her to have a better life. Sometime later, another man knocks on the man's door, and then he goes to see what was going on. He asks what he can help with, and the woman says he had a lot of bills to pay and she was there to dump him. He then said that he didn't understand that, but the other man said that he was just doing his job and that he should leave the property. He then says he had nowhere else to go, but the other man said he should have thought of that before not paying his bills. The man asks him not to do that, because he only had that house to live in. At this moment, a woman arrives and asks what was going on. The other man then says that he was there to comply with a court order where the man was being evicted from his home for not being able to pay his bills. The woman then says that he should leave it to her, as she would fix it, but the other man said that she could not do that, as it would end up going wrong for him. The woman then insists and says that she would not let anything bad happen to the other man and asks her to leave the matter with her. At this moment, the man realizes that that woman was the girl he had known a long time ago, and then the woman said that she was happy to meet a man again. She then says that the man had helped her when she needed it most and that now she had the opportunity to help the man. The man then says that she had helped him a long time ago and that now he had a lot of debts to pay, but the woman says that he didn't need to worry about that, because she would pay all his debts, and then the man tells her thanks. They then embrace and the woman says that she would be forever grateful to the man.